Hello, my dear students of class 8. Dear students, after completion of 3 chapters in your science subject, I am going to start new chapter, that is materials, and materials which get classified into the metal and non-metal. So the complete study of the material that you will do in this chapter itself, which is the foundation of the chemistry, which is a branch of the science. So be careful while studying this chapter, material, metal and non-metal. So let us start. Material. My dear students, there are so many things are present in the environment, in the nature, and so many things are composed of small tiny particles, and that particle constitute a specific type of material. So the further that particular material cannot be divided into its fragment. Since they cannot be divided into their other fragments, that is why they will be same in their properties, in their physical properties and in their chemical properties. And if a substance that cannot be divided further into its other sub-substance, then that will be called the element. So dear student, the elements is having the certain chemical reactions. Elements are having the certain chemical reactions with other elements or with its own element. So on the basis of the different properties, different physical property, different chemical property, majorly they have been grouped into two groups, and these groups are metal and non-metals. Metal and non-metal. Metals and non-metals. So these two groups is grouped, that metals and non-metals. So my dear students, the first of all, let us start the metals. What are the metals? That you will understand in this. First of all, metals. Metals. These metals are the substance. Suppose you have to make a list of the several things that bus, car, bridges, trains, railway lines, ship and many more things that you have to categorize it. And these materials, these substances are made up of they made by the using metals. So we can use metals for so many different jobs because of their useful property. So let us see about the physical properties of the metal. Physical properties. Physical means physically how it is looked, and physically what is the appearance, physically what is its hardness, physically what is the mass, physically what is the usage of this particular material. So physical property. And in the physical properties of the metals, you will look that first of all, the physical state. Physical state. Number one, physical state. So the physical states are that the states in which form they are present. They will be present either in solid or in liquid or in gas. So generally the metals are at the room temperature, they are solid. Physical state solid at the room temperature. and the only exception is the mercury, which is liquid at the room temperature, except mercury, except Hd. Hd is the symbol of the mercury. This is the mercury. Now the metallic luster, physical state solid and hardness. Okay, second is the appearance. Appearance is the lustrous. Lustrous means shining. The metals always shine and they are having the shiny surface. This property is called the metallic luster. So appearance, that is the metallic luster. And if you consider other property, then you will see that the metals are generally hard, lustrous, hardness. If you touch them, then that metal will be always feel that this is very hard. But some metals like sodium and potassium accept sodium and potassium. So appearance lustrous and hard except the sodium and potassium, because sodium and potassium are not so hard and they are not lustrous. So exceptions are there. Now next, that is the malleability. Third, malleability. Malleability means that if the metals get hammered, then that metal will take the shape of the sheet. That can be converted into the sheet when they get hammered. They get converted into the sheet, and when they get hammered, this property is called the malleability. That means the metals are malleable. And next is the ductility. 4, that is the ductility. So dear student, this metals are ductile and they can be shaped they can take the shape of the wire also. So many wires like copper wire, aluminum wire, they have been made for the purpose of the conduction of the electricity. So ductility means they are ductile. It means change into wire. They can be changed into the thin wire. Next is that conduction of heat and electricity. 5, conductivity. My dear students, all the metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. They are the good conductor of heat and electricity. Furthermore, they are the good conductor and some exceptions may be there. That is why you can check the conductivity of the wire, that you take a wire, connect it with the battery like this, connect with battery and connect a illuminating bulb. So you will see that bulb is glowing on the conduction of the battery electric. And my dear student, the PVC coating is there on the wires, so that the PVC cannot conduct. So we can touch the PVC coated wire because of the PVC is not a good conductor. So electricity that get conducted by the wires of the metals. And not only this, the metals are the sonability. 6. That metals are sonorous. Metals are sonorous. So sonorous means if you collide two metals, suppose this is the metal, this is the lustrous, this metal is the lustrous, this is made up of the iron, and this is the lustrous, and not only this is the lustrous. So that is why we are looking it into the different properties of the metals. And not only this, my dear students, this sonability means if you collide two metals, then there will be the production of sound. Sound will be produced by metal, and this property is called sonability or sonorous. Sound get produced. Sound get produced by the metal. And not only this, the density, as far as density is concerned, the density is the more dense. So 7, that is the density. 7 density. They are dense one. They are denser. They are dense. There is no intermolecular space is there. No intermolecular space. That is why they are dense, and they are having the more mass as compared to the liquid and gas. So they are more dense as compared to liquid and gas. So that is why they are more dense. They are having the more mass. My dear friend, melting and boiling point. As far as the melting and boiling point is concerned, higher melting and boiling point. So metals are having the higher melting and boiling point. So my dear student, these are the physical properties of the metals. And now you will be able to learn about the chemical properties of the metal. How does the metals react with the chemicals, different chemicals? So let us see the reaction of metal with water, the reaction of metal with oxygen, and the reaction of metal with acids. So by considering 3 reactions, you will be able to understand the chemical properties of the metal. So metals like iron, copper, iron, silver, gold, mercury, sodium, potassium, magnesium, etc. These are the metals, and they are having the certain chemical properties. And while considering the chemical properties, you have to know it that as far as the reactivity is concerned, the highly reactive metal is sodium, then potassium, then iron, then copper, then zinc, then magnesium, then silver, then gold. These are the reactive series. The sodium is the most reactive element, sodium is the most reactive metal, potassium is the most reactive metal. After that, this iron is the most reactive metal as compared to copper, zinc and magnesium, etc., etc., etc. So my dear students, some examples are there. Take the example of the reactions. So metal plus oxygen. Suppose metal, if metal get oxidized plus oxygen, then metal oxide. Metal oxide. How does it form? Metal oxide or basic oxide or basic oxide. It means, suppose if iron is oxidizing Fe plus O2, then there will be the formation of FeO2. If metal is reacting with this H2O, then FeOH will be formed. This is the metal hydroxide. FeOH is there. Okay, so this is the metal hydroxide. And now similarly potassium, K plus O2, K plus O2, then K2O, K2O, 2K2O, 2K2O. So this is the reaction with the oxygen, the oxidation of the metals. And furthermore, let us see some more examples like magnesium hydroxide and corrosion or rusting of the iron. My dear student, you will see this rusting of the iron. How does rusting of the iron take place? Suppose this is the ferrous oxide will be formed, and further this ferrous oxide, when it get reacted with this OH, then there is a formation of FeOH. Ferrous oxide will be there, and 2. Okay, so the ferric oxide will be there. This will be the corrosive material. Corrosion will be there. Corrosion will be there. So if ferrous get reacted with the oxygen, and that ferrous oxide get reacted with the further water molecule, then there will be a rusting of iron and corrosion will be there. And how does this can be prevented? This rusting of the iron can be prevented by painting it, by plastic coating, and by oiling and greasing, and by chromium plating, and by galvanizing, that is a zinc plating, and by alloying. So alloying and zinc plating, these are the process by which the coat will be formed on the surface of that particular iron, so that can be protected from the rusting. So my dear students, this is all about the metals, and now you will be able to study in the next video about the non-metal. Thank you.